Come on and ride shotgun with your boys twanging round as we shoot across the map, picking up people from every aspect of culture. Welcome to Take a Ride with Me.
Take a ride with me, spend some time with me, bend the block, find a spot, share some shine with me. Even though the day's been long, knock the edge off while I sing.
On the season finale of Take a Ride with Me, we take a break from filming our music video and hop in the hot rod bus and take a ride with our boy Bubba Mathis, aka Bubba Sparxxx. Hey man, thanks for coming out today, man.
I'm glad to be here.
It's been a lot to us, man. I'm honored to have you here. I mean, it's no secret we've been friends for a while, but I mean, I'm a Bubba fan. Have been for years. I mean, thank you for everything you've done in the game to
Thank y'all, man.
open the doors for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Thank y'all for acknowledging that I'm an old fart. And I've been doing this for a while, but
Yes, sir.
I got a lot of gratitude around that too. About not only the fact that I've been able to not get a quote-unquote real job for about 17 years, but also the fact that I've been able to make a positive print for the most part.
Somebody said he was working at Walmart, man, here a couple years ago, man. But I knew that was BS.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was probably a period though where I was trying, they just wouldn't hire me. I had too much on my record. But seriously.
Man, a lot of things have changed recently. You signed with Yellow Wolf.
Yeah, I signed with Some American.
Yep.
He and I, honestly, a lot of people don't know how far our history goes back.
How far does it go?
Yeah.
He was around Atlanta. I think the first time I remember hearing something about Yellow Wolf was like 06, 07. And he was signed to Sony. And through this guy, KP, that I knew, his production company. And everybody started talking about Yellow Wolf. Rico Wade in the Dungeon from Organized Noise. They started talking about Yellow Wolf, and saying he was from Alabama and he was country and he was, white dude or whatever. And so I heard about him, and then we ended up meeting in 2008 at a BMI function in Atlanta. And it was when Lollipop was the popping song.
Yeah.
Because Lil Wayne, I remember he performed Lollipop.
I got Lollipop.
Yeah. And me and him hit it off then. And really, for a few months there, we were pretty tight. And I bumped into the producer, Jim Johnson, out in LA.
Yeah.
He was really, really popping at that time. He had produced Lollipop and Whatever You Like by T.I.
Yeah.
And him and Yella had a real close relationship. And Jim was like, we ought to do a group, like House of Pain. I'd be like a DJ, Jim was saying, and you and Yella be the front man, like Danny Boy and Everlast. I don't know who's going to be Danny Boy. And then we would, do it like that. And he would support it. And my boy Polo DeDon, who one of my best friends, I was out there with him. He was saying he produced half the record. So we had all these plans, and we called Yella, and he had lost his deal with Sony at the time. So he was like, whatever. And we came up with a name called Mama's Mustache. That was gonna
Mama's Mustache.
Yeah. Hey,
I like it.
This is not a commonly known deal. And what ended up happening is I ended up going to rehab. Because I had a pretty serious Oxycontin addiction at that time, and it was the best thing for me because I would have been dead. There would have been no Mama's Mustache either way.
Right.
And I, thank God, I was able to get through that situation and find some better footing and some better perspective. But during that time, while I was gone, because I was down there in Tampa, ended up being down there for 2 years, but I was in rehab or at the center, through being in the halfway house after and all that for 9 months. And when I remember he called me one of the first times we talked, he was telling me about Trunk Music, that first mixtape he put out with Pop Trunk and all that. And he wanted me to come to the mixtape release party in Atlanta. And I said, well, they're gonna let me come up there for a party, So we were cool, and then obviously his career took off on the solo tip, and I went on my journey, and he went on his, and he did some great things. And obviously what he's built with Some American is really impressive, a very real fan base.
Absolutely,
a real culture, I'd say.
It's awesome y'all come back around.
Yeah, and then
man.
how about this? So, I signed with Average Joe's during the time I was spent over there. And then first of all, a lot of people ask, there's no hard feelings. Between me and Shannon Pouches will rock forever.
Right.
Me and Colt Moore will be friends forever, and so we got a lot of history there, but just creatively, I just felt like trying something different. Sure. And so he had moved to Nashville You know, when you start thinking about like greater purpose and planning and whatever is going on with God or the universe, or however people look at that, you know, like I see it as God. But you know, nothing happens by mistake, and so we both ended up in Nashville. So about a year and a half ago, we started having some preliminary talks. It was before Love Story, his last album came out, and he had a real statement he wanted to make with that project, and that was his primary focus at the time. And he said that when he got around, you know, that he had a real vision for Slow America, the label, and that he wanted to do something. And I kind of took it with a grain of salt because you have a lot of conversations with people. But I got to say, he was a man of his word. You know, this past November, he called me. He'd come off a tour. He said, "Man, let's get together. Let's talk about this thing." And we did. And
it came to fruition.
It came to fruition. It took us a couple months. We got all the paperwork straightened out, and I'm signed, sealed, delivered over there. And we're well into the record. I just played y'all some stuff, man.
I love it, man.
And I'm really excited about it, man. I really, for the first time in 10 plus years, I'm inspired by music.
Yeah.
You know, because for a long time I got caught up. This is my job. I go in, clock in, clock out, survive, and but
It's fresh opportunity, fresh journey, man.
1,000%. And I can't think about anything but music. You know, and that doesn't necessarily go good because you've fallen in love somewhere in there. And I just got married.
Yeah, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much, man. And I know both of you guys were around early in the process of me came to meeting. And
made on McCosh Mill Road video.
Video shoot, exactly. And
a lot of people don't know how far we go back. I used to take Bubba's garbage out and shit. You gave me the opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Man, I did.
I mowed his yard and shit,
man. I just knew that, you know, and then later on you'd start making garbage beats.
Yeah, yeah, man.
That's kid, man. He's a bad dude. He's a real talented guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I used to press Bubba Sparxxx shirts and shit up back in the day. I
sell bootlegs.
Yeah, man. I used to iron on Bubba Sparxxx pictures and shit on shirts and sell them at the flea market and shit.
I'm actually glad, man, to
get it how you gotta get it, man.
I'm glad, man, to get a couple beats on y'all's
project.
Yeah, man.
But no, man, we filmed the Take a Ride With Me video today. The record, man, going back to your record, you was talking about how you was inspired just listening to the little sneak peek I heard today. As an artist myself, it inspired me because culturally, man, I love where it's going. You know what I mean? I love everything about it. Anybody that is a true Bubba fan will fall in love with this new record that's coming out. I promise you that. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd say, you know, and that, and plus, if you're a fan of, or not even just a fan, but if you're just a student of what's going on in the world, and some of the statements that I think it's time to be made within the framework of us being country, quote unquote, country white folks that are participating in hip hop culture. Which we can say that, you know, that country rap is something completely aside from that, but it's still it's a branch. You know what I mean? It's a branch from a tree. You know, in hip hop, is that tree, and the roots are in the Bronx in New York, and we can't ever change that. That's where it comes from, and I think in certain aspects it's important that some of those things begin to be acknowledged, and not to say that I'm making a political record or nothing, because for the most part, the stuff I've been rapping about, you know, for the last 15 years is what I'm going to continue to rap about, because that's who I am, that's where I come from.
Bubba Mathis.
Bubba Mathis. You know, first of all, my daddy's 75 years old, you know, and God bless him, he'll probably outlive me. So I told him, I said, "You too damn grumpy to die." But you know, he's getting older, and I just thought it was a great gesture to him to say, this is the pride I take in our family name, my real name being Mathis, and also just the fact that Sparxxx and those triple X's, the way it was spelled, that was an era. Hey, and I don't have any regrets, God. You know, it was what it was.
It is your past, yeah.
But you know, I came up with that name and the 3X spelling in 1999. You know, I mean, I was you know, 17 years ago. I'm a totally different person now.
Yes.
Even if you take the musical evolution out of the equation, just as a human being, you know what I mean? And I just felt like it was time for some fresh energy, and especially when I heard the music, I said, it doesn't do this music justice to put it under the old, you know, name and banner. So I just have been, my personal Facebook page has been Bubba Mathis since, you know, I made it, you know, and I just felt like that it was a natural step to take. You know, I'm embracing it. I'm excited about it, but I'm not gonna be crazy about it like Puff was when he did it. And he said he's not gonna look anybody in the eye or acknowledge anybody that calls him Puff Daddy. Back when he changed to P Diddy, it ain't gonna be quite like that. But you know, over time we'll all get there with it. Hey, I got hair now.
It looks great too. And being somebody that don't have hair, I am a connoisseur of good hair, and I'm
We're growing hair through Bubba Sparxxx.
I had a short haircut, like not quite. That's that involuntary. That's that involuntary short, and that's almost headed towards involuntary. But I thought that I was about like that. Is what I thought I was gonna be like. 'Cause I literally had a fade, a short haircut since, for 10 years, and
I can slick my shit and go back to the 30s, dog.
when I grew it out, I was like pleasantly like, I got hair.
You ever heard of Purple Wolf?
Some way I do dumb stuff.
You ever heard of Purple Wolf?
Who's that?
That's my cousin. He's there in the trailer park.
Hey man,
He's trying to buy Yellow Wolf style though, man. But
well, I mean, man, he's got an original name though.
yeah.
Nobody ever suspected.
Oh, he's howling at the moon. Shit is crazy.
Damn, man.
Well,
It's been
take
real.
a ride with me.
We probably need to get Purple Wolf some help.
Take a ride with me. Take a ride with me. Spend some time with me. Been the block, find a spot, share some shine with me. Even though the day's been long, knock the edge off while I sing this song.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ride with me, spend some time with me. Been the block, find a spot, share some shine with me.